All right. Thank you, Anne.
Nice.
I'm gonna go to the first one. Okay. Can everyone see the screen?
No.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
看 screen 吗？
哦，我的眼睛是我年纪大一点，有老花眼。
Okay, I see the chat. Somebody's
There you
talking.
go. Yeah, let's open it up. Will you be able to forward that later as a?
No, because you're not a EXP agent.
Right, let's, so good.
Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, so guys, just to get everything started, I want to share with you 4 photos. Those are the screenshots that I screened on January 7, January 8, January 9, and then last week Friday, and then last night. So we can see that when we just have the fire, there's no structure damage. And then up until yesterday, the structure damage is 15,798 structures. Yeah, just to give you a little bit idea how severe it is. Everybody remember the Malibu fire back to 2017, right? The whole Pepperdine got burned down. So in that fire, we only have 1,643 structure damaged. So imagine what we have right now, pretty much 10 times compared to what we have back to 2017. So if you guys have been experienced a lot of insurance company leaving California, insurance premium goes up, this fire going to give you an even harder time. Everybody harder time for the insurance premium. And then a lot of insurance company will back off in California too. So I'm not just trying to scare you guys or give you a passive information, but I want you guys to be prepared in the future. If you're taking your buyers for a primary home shop, you have to understand how serious the insurance is. You have to prepare, give your client heads up what's going on here. Why, if they're challenging about your insurance premium and then the hardship to get insurance, you can let them know the data, the structural damage compared to what we have back to 2017. So they have a better idea why we have such a hard time with insurance. Okay. Okay, before I get, 这有一直有人加入，你帮我按，你会点是吧？那我就不用管。Okay, before I get everything started, a little bit introduction about myself. I have 11 years insurance industry experience, and we're full service insurance agency. We do auto insurance, home insurance, commercial insurance, life insurance, medical, and workers' comp, a lot of things. We have 2 offices, one's in Warner, one's in Irvine. And our phone number is really easy to remember. If your client ever want to contact us, just if you cannot have this on hand, just give them our phone number, 626-666-6664. And then back to in the 2024, we have been ranking number 2 production in the whole California, not just in Southern California, okay? And then we have 18 full-time W2 employees. We speak English, Spanish, Cantonese, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Filipino. So it doesn't matter what language your client is speaking, we always have someone to help them.
Do you speak English?
Huh? Yes, I do.
Okay.
And then I speak broken English when I'm not talking about insurance. Okay, so those are the frequent asked questions just to answer you guys so you have something to bring back to your customer. First of all, they ask how long does a home insurance claim take? The answer is I don't know. Because before, when there's a water damage, whatever damage, we can have a pretty much estimate about 1 month, 2 months based on the restoration company. But at this time, if the house is totally burned down, it's not just up to the insurance company if they pay you quick or not. It's up to the city permit. It's up to the capacity of the restoration company. But I can give you an idea. But the fire happened in 2017, it actually take the whole insurance company complete all the claim. It takes 3 years to complete all of them. So we have 10 times more. You can imagine how long it may take. So this is a general idea give to you guys. And can we still buy insurance in the non-fire zone? The answer is yes. I got a lot of inquiries recently for Orange County, Riverside. And then for the Walnut, Diamond Bar, Hacienda Heights area, people is worried if I can still get insurance. Sorry, this time. If I can still get insurance, the answer is yes. Because we carry a lot of insurance company. For the small companies, they have shut down the whole LA County. And some of insurance, they even shut down California at this time. Like our best friend Mercury, they already confirmed at this time for whole California, they only take California Fair Plan plus another DSC policy. But for farmers, we still take Orange County, Riverside, and then Diamond Bar, Walnut area, Tri-County area. And we also have other carriers who do rental properties can write a lot of this. But in the Malibu and then some part of Los Angeles and the Altadena, Pasadena, of course, we're pause writing at this time. Can an insurance company go bankrupt? Who will pay for it if that it does? This is a common question a lot of client and a lot of realtors is worried about. The insurance company usually don't go bankrupt if they're large enough because all the insurance company, they have a reinsurance program. You can just simply search if your insurance company have a reinsurance program to understand if they will have a bankrupt. Most of the insurance company, if they ever have a reinsurance company to reinsure them, they won't go bankrupt because if they're in the borderline of going bankrupt, the reinsurance company gonna pay for them. Okay, so most of the large insurance company in California, they have their own reinsurance program and reinsurance company. At this time, there's not a insurance company ever filed bankrupt for the A+ company in California. A+ meaning AM Best rating plus. If you search, this is a rating that's to identify if this insurance company is a good one or not. Everyone who's A+, they never filed bankrupt before. Okay, well, the government backed the California Fair Plan. I believe many of you and many of your clients has purchased this California Fair Plan in the past a few years because it's the cheapest one. And then this is the last option for all the California residents if they cannot obtain insurance in California. The answer is no, because California Fair Plan is not a government plan. People think that's a government plan. That's not, it is not. It is just a regulated by the Department of Insurance, but it's actually a pool. Like every insurance company who's doing business in California, they have to contribute a certain amount of money into that pool. So it's a pool that's contributed by the insurance company in California too. It's still a commercial insurance. It's not backed by the California government. Okay, which means like we have had a couple meetings 2 weeks ago. If California Fair Plan do not have enough money to pay for the loss that they currently have, like Farmers, State Farm, Allstate, Mercury, all those companies has to pay them back. That's the insurance company supporting the California Fair Plan. Okay, and then I have some data that I learned online. I'm not sure if that's is correct or not, but I have been reading a lot of articles regarding California Fair Plan at this time. And there's a data, the exposure, risk exposure they have in the current wildfire area is about 10.5 billion that they may have a chance to pay out. But how much money they have, how much cash they have on their account from the last disclosure is only 1 billion. 10.5 billion versus 1 billion. Can they pay off the loss? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yes. So another question come up. A lot of people ask me, hey, for the wildfire area, can we still buy California Fair Plan for the customer? The answer is yes and no, because I can still quote. Sometimes when we quote and we submit for approval, some quotes come back really fast. Sometimes they just never come back. I don't know what California Fair Plan is thinking, but at this time, I'm suspending all the binding authority for the wildfire area, even though California Fair Plan can provide a call, because I don't know if they can pay it or not. I don't want to have the client purchase a policy and then they caught in fire second day because they're in the fire zone at this time. And then California Fair Plan may have a chance they don't pay for the customer. They don't have money or take a longer time to pay the customer. So I hope you guys understand it too. I got a lot of inquiries. Hey, my client is in Altadena right now, or they're in Pasadena. I'm purchasing a house for them and their escrow is closed about 1 or 2 days. Can we just put them through California Fair Plan? We may get a call, we may not get a call, but is this good for a customer purchase a house which may caught in fire the second day? Think about it, if you close escrow today and the client's house caught in fire second day, will they be happy?
I don't think so.
Right. So what I'm thinking at this time, even though you're almost close to escrow, even though the listing agent is pushing you to close escrow to get insurance coverage, what you can do, you should hold, I was the buyer agent, I will hold it off. I don't want my buyer to purchase house and the second day they found out the house is on fire. And at this time, I think the listing agent is more worried than I am because they're worried about house caught in fire. They have nothing to sell. So what I can suggest everyone is just hold off until the fire is gone to make the next move. Okay.
And Pepper, I want to piggyback off of that really quick. I think we have to understand as realtors, right? Your fiduciary obligation is to your client, their best interest. Let's just not, I mean, that is the worst case scenario, right? Your purchase, close escrow, fire burns the house down the next day. But again, subsequent damages are super real right now. There's a ton of people that are in and around Altadena area where the Eden fire is, and they have so much smoke damage, so much ash damage. Do you really want your buyers to take over a property with
A lot
quote
of damage,
unquote,
yeah, yeah.
all that baggage?
Yes,
Right? So just,
exactly.
again, think on behalf of your clients.
And then actually, I have the claim myself for one of my clients. Their closed escrow on January 7th, and then January 8th, the House County fire. And it was my seller was my client. They have insurance with me. So the house was on January 8th. Then the buyer insurance is gonna cover everything. So the buyer pretty much purchased a house that caught in fire right away. They still need to pay mortgage. They cannot move in. They have a house there. They have to lease back. They were selling their own house too. So a lot of things can happen. We never think the risk will never happen. The risk is there. Things can happen. You have to think about that way. And we have another client, actually. I know the client. I don't know both side realtors. For this client, they're purchasing a house in Pasadena too. And also we're in funding suspension for that area. The buyer agent is pushing this client to go through the escrow because they think the California fire plan can move forward. And then the client got really like terrified and irritated because buyer agent kept on pushing her to close. She was like, hey, you're not considering my interest at this time. So they canceled the escrow, moved to OC. Okay. Okay, another question. What is the standard expense for loss of use? Loss of use is a coverage that's listed in your homeowner insurance policy, which means if your house is damaged by fire, water, vandalism, any reason, I cannot live there. The house needs to be fixed. Then I have to live outside. So all the expenses occur during this time will be considered as a loss of use. People ask me, what is a standard expense? Usually, if the house is caught in fire, I cannot live there. The insurance company will evaluate how much this house can be rented in this area for a month. For example, if the house can be rented for $6,000 a month, they will pretty much cover you $6,000 as a reasonable amount. However, given what's going on here, a lot of people lose their home, right? The rent value goes up. The insurance company may increase about 20% to 30% up to the current market value. And I do have a client who experienced a claim. The client was in Santa Monica. Their house got water damage. They have to live outside for about 2 months. At that time, there's some sort of festival in Santa Monica, and all the hotel was booked up. This client can only book a what's it called, presidential suite? Yeah, the highest level. And the insurance company pay for them because they provide a proof that there's some sort of festivals there. All the hotel has been booked up. Then the insurance company cover. You just have to have a reason if you spend out of the reasonable amount. Okay, so there's not a really standard expense. We just have to keep record for everything.
Pepper, let's again piggyback off of that, guys. Not just for your living situation. Loss of use actually encompasses, for a lot of insurance companies out there, they call it additional living expense, ALE, right? And
yeah.
So this covers your food as well, right? Because your house is uninhabitable, guys. Their food, their receipts, if they have to buy additional clothing, all of it could be justified.
Right,
as long as you hold on to your receipts and have proof.
Yeah, and sometimes the gas can be covered too. For example, if you can walk your kids to school, but because of this event, you have to drive them to school, the gas can be reimbursed too. I have a client submitted before. It's good to have another insurance expert here. Okay, so this is pretty much a coverage that one of my clients have. People asking me how much it will cover me up to rebuild my house. It's just the one I circle here. Dwelling coverage, extended replacement cost, and together with the building ordinance and law. Add all three together, that's the total amount you're gonna pay off for rebuilding the house. And then we may come back for the slides later when we touch about the other things. So for the houses that is still in escrow, what should we do? Number one, no matter what insurance company stop writing what zip code, what area, it just will be a temporary suspension. It will be recovered once once the fire is suppressed. Like for 2 weeks ago, I think on Monday, Hollywood just got a fire this time, right? They call Sunset Fire. And we have some area in Woodland Hill also caught in fire. But I think 2 weeks ago, that fire suspension has been lifted. So we can write that area. And I also have a client who tried to purchase a house in Hollywood. And at that time when Hollywood was in fire, they cannot obtain insurance. And then they have been challenging the listing agent, hey, I'm going to cancel escrow. Something wrong with this house. I don't want to purchase this house anymore because I cannot obtain insurance. And then the listing agent and the buyer agent come to me, ask me for advice. Then my advice is like talking to the client. Do you live in Hollywood area? Do you work here? If the answer is yes, there's nothing you can do but wait. If you want to get rid of this fire problem, move all the way to San Francisco. Then you don't have to worry about the fire. If you live in this area getting fire, every single house in this area has a problem. So if this is your live and work area, you just have to wait. You have to understand it is not this property have problem. Every property in this area has a problem. Then we were able to have this client wait until the suspension was lifted. Okay, it's temporary, everything will come back. And the second one, premium will not change until the next renewal. A lot of people was worried about like, because the fire is so severe right now, and if the insurance company come back saying that, hey, I can ride this area right now. Well, they change the premium right away. The answer is no. Every single insurance premium change has to get approval from the Department of Insurance. Usually it has to only up to 6.9% for the new business. If they go over 6.9%, they have to go through a hearing. The hearing can take up to 1 to 2 years. So the insurance premium will not change until the next renewal. If you have client has a house in escrow, they got a call from an insurance company, and then we had a fire coming, they stop writing. Once the fire suspension is lifted, the insurance premium should be the same as what you have before. Does it make sense? Okay, and Shelley, and the company will not stop writing on damaged home. Yeah, if the house is Arcadia, Pasadena, Sierra Madre, San Marino, you're worried if the house is not damaged after this fire is done, while the insurance company is still writing those area. The answer is yes. They cannot change their guideline whenever they want. They will still have to honor the original guideline before the fire. The guideline might be changed, but still take about like couple months or 1 or 2 years. So your current house in escrow should be fine once the fire is suppressed. Back off escrow due to unable to open insurance. Yes, this is an example I give to you for the Hollywood house. If the client wants to cancel escrow, let them know there's nothing you can do. It's the insurance problem like everybody in California is facing. Otherwise, you may just probably move out of California. That's the only way you can avoid dealing with insurance problem. And then can we still active CFP policy? That's what I mentioned, I covered earlier. At this time, I don't recommend anyone to activate California Fair Plan. Because when any broker, we're writing California Fair Plan, we were told by California Fair Plan that we are field underwriting. It is my responsibility to determine if I can put this house through California Fair Plan. Even though sometimes we can bypass the system, it's still my job, my responsibility to identify if I can put this house through California Fair Plan. I don't want to write any houses in California Fair Plan which is located in the Wildfire area, in the Eaton Fire or Malibu Fire area. Because I don't want to rent a house and a couple days later they got on fire and the insurance company don't pay out. That's my no. But I also see a lot of realtors, they push me to get a California Fair Plan for their customer. But if you're pushing me, then you guys have your no problem because I'm following your rules. Doesn't make sense. So if you're dealing with any other insurance agent, all the decision has to be made by the agent and then the customer, not by you. You don't want to get into trouble with this insurance problem. Hey, if the house ever got in fire, what you need to do for your customer, there's something you can give to your customer as advice. Before the evacuation, you should take photos of all the valuable items and also take a screenshot to save or anything about the evacuation notice, the text message, email, etc. During the evacuation, keep the hotel receipt, food receipt. That's something you can claim for loss of use. File the claim. Whenever we're filing a claim, we have to submit a report, which is pretty much the evacuation notice, tell them there's something happened here.
For the receipt, can we just show them like a bank statement, or it has to have?
No, it has to have the receipt. Bank statement doesn't mean anything. But there's something I'm doing for my customer. You may do this for a customer too. I'm not sure if you guys use WeChat, WhatsApp, Line, you do? Do you do that?
Nope, we have to use.
Yes, and like for my client, all of my client, they have a WeChat group. We created for this customer as a service group. So I'm telling the customer, if you're evacuated, every single receipt, take a photo, send it to my group. So we're gonna collect it for you. whenever, and then when the fire is done, you want to submit a claim, we'll have everything for you already. So it's creative bonding with me and my customer. Same for you. If you have something like sort of group when you're searching properties for a customer, like a service group, always tell them send everything to you, or just have them send everything to you directly. Then you don't have to sit like put this piece of paper in my bag and come back to do it again, like screen and everything after the fire's done. They can take a photo, send it to you, and throw it. So every day when they try to eat the food, they have to open your chat. Every day when they try to submit a claim, they have to open your chat, right? So who else telling them to do this for them? It's you. So this is the way I'm creating bonding with my customer. You can do that for a customer too. Okay. And then when we file the claim, the photos and receipts required for the large insurance company. Most of the time, if you can provide a photo and for the items you have been owned for over a year, they can honor it. You have to show this item average shows in your home. If you have a photo, they're gonna pay you. But if you within a year, they will need to see a receipt. That's a common rule for most of the insurance company, but still subject to different insurance companies' rule. And the loss of use receipt, which is a hotel and full receipt that I mentioned before. And then regarding this part, I really want to discuss why I ask you guys to take a photo, because many times you don't have time to save the receipt. But if you have the photo, insurance company may still pay you up to an actual cash value. There's a two value we in insurance field we pay back to the customer. One is replacement cost, one is actual cash value. Replacement cost means like if I purchase this phone back to 2020 and I lost it in 2024, they have to buy me a brand new 2024, even the same brand, 2024 iPhone to pay me back. But if I have an actual cash value, they have to pay me how much a 2020 phone worth in 2024. There's a depreciation difference, but it's better than nothing. If you have the photo, they still pay you actual cash value. So that's why when I have the evacuation notice on my phone for my area, I take a photo of all my handbags. Okay, that's what I do in the first thing. And then I'll cover the personal properties that I had a conversation with claim adjusters this morning later. Okay. Well, let me see the next step is. Okay, so during this fire, there's many type of claims that your clients can face in. Number one is the fire damage. The fire damage the house. If the fire damage the house is really a black and white question. If fire damage, they're gonna pay no matter what. There's no way to argue or negotiate. So if your client have a fire damage, tell them it will be covered for sure. And then many clients start to ask you, does my insurance cover fire? They may have this question to their insurance agent. You have client ask you this question, right? Tell them if an insurance company, if an insurance policy ever be issued, they have to have fire first. The insurance policy 30 years ago was called a fire insurance policy, because before all the insurance company, they only cover fire. And then they keep on developing themselves to have other risks, including the policy. So fire is the first cause of loss that the insurance companies cover. So every single insurance should have fire coverage. The fire will cover it. The only problem is a lot of clients, they may underinsure, especially in Arcadia area. Right now, we all know for every insurance company, they're doing business in California, they're admitting California, the highest dwelling coverage they can do is 3 million. 3 million pretty much equals to 4,500 square footage. So if you have a client, their house is over 4,500 square footage, and they only have California Fair Plan, they pretty much underinsured. Underinsured means like the insurance, their building cost is higher than their insurance coverage. They didn't insure enough to rebuild their house. Underinsured may cause what problem? Number one, the client house cannot be built. They have to pay extra to build their house back. If the client already have a primary home and they're planning to do an investment with you, they probably have to use up their down pay for the investment property to compensate the construction for the primary home. Does it make sense? That's number one. Number two, we all can get in trouble for clients underinsured. There's an example I covered before. We have an insurance agent in Malibu area, which is really famous insurance agent. There's a little small road was named by his name in Malibu. It's a really famous farmers insurance agent. And he left the industry in the 2017 Malibu fire because there's a large house. The square footage is 10,000 square footage. And the replacement cost should be 10 million for that house. But this agent only insured 3 million for this house. There is a 7 million gap during the Malibu fire for this house, for this client. Do you think this client will feel like, hey, I made my own decision, so you guys I won't go after you guys? No, it doesn't matter how good your client is, how rich they are, when they're facing a 7 million gap, they're going to go after any of you in this transaction. So in this deal, the client sued 3 parties. They sued the insurance agent, of course. They didn't tell them they're underinsured. They sued the loan bank because the loan should not issue if the house is not insured to the replacement cost. And they sue the realtor because they feel like you're going through the whole transaction. You're in the middle of everything. How come we have so many professionals in this transaction, but nobody tell me I am underinsured? However, the realtor shouldn't pay for this because there's nothing to do with your professional, right? So at the end of this claim, insurance agent's E&O and then the loan bank's E&O covers all the losses for this customer. But the real estate agent has to pay out of pocket for the lawsuit, for the attorney fee to get them out of trouble. This is not related to a real estate deal. So your real estate E&O will not cover for this lawsuit, which means whenever you're involved in a insurance activity, something happened because of insurance, you will still be in trouble. Because in California, whenever we have a lawsuit, we're not just sue one party, everyone related, it will sue everybody. It's a happy sue state. You have exposure. You have exposure, right? Okay, I'll say in Chinese more, it can make sense. 我经常说，如果是两个人打架，经常如果被告的话，不是打架双方被告，周围看戏的都会被告上。这样 make sense 吗 ？Okay.
So if you get into a fight, the right thing to do is you're not just gonna sue each other, you're gonna sue all the bystanders that are there as well.
Yeah, you probably
Okay.
run away from them. So for the
I'm a
real,
linguist at heart.
yeah,
So
Thank you.
what if
Yeah.
my buyer
Oh,
is interested in
fish with
like
water.
the condo and the condo in that community and they're all.
Andy, can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, what if my client is interested in condo and the condo in that community, they have like 700 plus units in that community. And that community, like they are all underinsured. You will recommend us don't go with that community?
yeah, it's hard to say because if your
Cash
client,
buyer.
if your client really like that, there's nothing you should be just recommend them just based on the insurance. But it's up to the HOA. It's HOA's problem if they didn't insure it right to the right amount. And every insurance, HOA insurance, they have an insurance agent back up them. That insurance agent needs to pay out all the amount. So as long as you keep the HOA master policy, you know where to submit a claim going forward. If you are underinsured, if your claim cannot be paid off, I think you're good. Yeah, just always have to find a party to blame. Yeah.
Pepper, I know we're talking about something that is sort of a downer, but I think it's also very important to inform the realtors here, and the Zoom audience as well. It's really hard for us to guesstimate, even someone as professional as Pepper, it's hard for her to say like, hey, what's the rule of thumb when it comes to your property being properly insured, right? Pepper, can you talk a little bit about when it comes to insurance coverage A, which is the property itself, the dwelling? If your property is worth $3 million, you're not going to insure your property for $3 million.
Right.
Like, can we talk a little bit about that in terms of like, what are the nuances? Normally the insurance is 60% of that, 80% of that. 'cause
Ah,
we're
yeah.
Covering the structure.
That's a good question.
Right, let's talk about
So
that.
whenever we're determining a coverage A for the replacement cost, we need to know all the features of this house. The square footage, their built, the countertop, the floor material, and even for the moldings, we put it like how much inches there and how many turns, how many corner of the house. We put everything. That determine your insurance replacement cost. And usually for a house in this area, in let's say in Tri-County area, and then the square footage is around 3,000 per square footage, the replacement cost should be around 350 to 450. So do your calculation. If the insurance dwelling is too much lower, if we have expert here, right? Construction company, they know how much they spend to build up a house. Usually in this area should be around 350 to 450. And the insurance company actually gave us an Excel sheet for each zip code within which square footage. We have to insure to a certain amount in order for us to bypass the underwriting. So if you ever try to buy a house in a certain zip code, you can come to me. We can give you the number, okay, to make sure if your client is insured to the right amount or not. And another reason, a lot of your client has been an insurance premium increase a lot in the past 2 years. Number one is, of course, the insurance premium due to the fire loss. Number two is because insurance company has to reevaluate all the insurance policy they have. They increased the dwelling coverage a lot last year. That's another reason your insurance premium jumped higher than before. What's your question?
Okay, so, if the buyer acknowledge and aware of their current, insurance plan, so they are aware that their insurance plan is, underinsured,
Mm.
and then they agree to close the escrow, buy the home, they can sue us, right? Sue the realtor.
Hard to say. How can you prove that
You better
they
get that in
agree?
writing.
You
Okay,
have to have in writing. That's a good question. That's what I'm going to cover next. Because I have attorney write me a waiver form. The
Okay,
waiver form
yeah.
is saying that I provide you a full replacement cost policy, but you voluntarily to underinsure a policy to California Fair Plan. So I waive my liability to be a professional, give you the consultation about the full coverage. They have to sign.
Yeah.
If they don't sign it, I don't issue the policy. But if your client, they find insurance agent themselves, do you think any insurance agent gonna do that? I'm telling you, go out, knock the door, knock 10 doors of insurance agent, 10 of 10 will tell you I don't have that form. I think I'm the only one in this industry created this form because I do enough large homes. Okay, just kidding. Just so you know, that's another reason that I always encourage you, always have your client, have your own insurance vendor, is because we support you. I know real estate market very well than other insurance agent. We know which may be a risk for me and for you. For this case, it's not just myself has an E&O problem. All of you can have an E&O problem. Even though you can be out of trouble, you still have to pay the attorney fee, right? And you have to deal with it. It's actually affect your productivity. So in this way, I always recommend the customer to review the policy, make sure if they're underinsured or not. So if you have ever sell or buy any large houses where you try to approach a seller to sell their houses and their house is over 4,500, tell them, hey, look at your insurance policy, review it, make sure, yes, not underinsured, so you don't have trouble in the future. I think that's a good approach for you guys to start a conversation with your potential seller. Is that right? Okay. And another claim is evacuation with theft. Many houses was not damaged, but the homeowner was evacuated. During this time, I have heard a lot of inquiry, a lot of cases. When they're evacuated from the home, their home got vandalism. Somebody homeless ran into the home, steal a lot of things. They can see from the camera, but nothing they can do. They cannot go back. For this case, the client still have to face a personal property damage, even though the house is not damaged. Personal property means their furniture, their computer, their jewelry, watch, handbags, purse, their personal property. But are they going to cover up to the right amount? Let's see. How can I go back? Okay, back to this page. We can see this client, they have a 349,200 coverages for their personal property. Let's say just 350,000. Are they going to cover up to 350,000 for the theft event? Make your guess. No? Yeah. Yeah. No is the right answer. Otherwise, I won't talk about this. They won't be covered that much because let's see this terms in insurance policy. You may not see it clearly, but let me read it for you. For the jewelry, watches, precious and semi-precious stones and furs, they only cover you 1,000 limit on any one article and 2,500 total limit, which means you have a jewelry, watches, they ever get stolen from this event, they only cover 1,000 limit on any one article. And 2,500 total limit on theft of the jewelry, custom jewelry, watches, including smart watches and stones, furs, everything. So if their stuff got stolen during this event, they only cover up to 2,500. However, handbag doesn't have a limit for this policy. Yeah, and then let me see another one.
Take pictures.
For this company, they have, let's see, 5,000 for loss by theft of jewelry, watches, furs, stones, 5,000, higher, right? But their handbag is only 2,500 on purse, handbags, on luggages. So a lot of people ask me, hey, why, when I look at the quotes, when I look at coverage, it's all look the same. Why there are some insurance company, they're more expensive than the other one? That's the reason. Because the whole policy have over 30 pages. We didn't read through we didn't have a chance to read through the all terms, but when you see it, you see the difference. If do we still have to come back like 2,500? If there's a shift going to the house, which is the first thing they're gonna take it away? It's the handbags, right?
My baby formula.
The baby formula is 2,500. Your
Hey,
people's
I
go.
have 4 kids.
So like one of the company that cover up to 2,000, the other company cover you unlimited up to the 350,000. So that's the difference why the insurance company have a different premium, because the coverage is different. And another thing I learned from the claim adjuster, that's sub-limit. Sub-limit is the reason that the insurance company have a different premium. But if the house is damaged by fire and your stuff is damaged by fire, there's no sub-limit. Which means if the jewelry watches first, they're all damaged by fire, not theft, then they will cover up to the right amount. That's the stuff really works. However, you have to prove it. Do you have a photo in your home that I mentioned you have to take a photo of all your valuable items? If you don't have that photo, how can you determine that that thing is damaged in the house? You can lose it somewhere and come back to claim, right? You have to have a photo of that thing that's in your house. And second, you have to have an appraisal report. Otherwise, how can I tell how much is it worth? Third, you have to have a receipt. Okay, all 3 things together. Have your client save all the important items. But most of the time, the most common loss for those jewelry things is theft. So they have, if they want to cover higher than this 2,500 amount, they have to buy a personal property floater to cover that specific stuff. Give you idea about how much it is. We have a client, they have a piano worth about 170,000. The premium is 1,300 a year for only one item, the piano. Yeah.
I want to piggyback off of that really quick, guys. I know that Pepper's mentioned many times, take photos. Guys, make it even easier for your clients. You want to bring value to your clients when you go visit the house. Let's just say you're about to do a listing presentation. You want to really secure that relationship. Bring up these conversations, because let's just say you walk into the master closet, you notice the wife owns like 40 Birkin bags. Tell them this is education, right? Hey, do a quick video sweep of your master bedroom. You want to keep this information. These are the reasons why.
Right.
And I'll connect you with my insurance partner. She's incredible. She'll do a full audit on your insurance policy, bring you additional value, right? What Pepper's talking about is personal articles policy. That's another conversation. But a lot of your clients don't understand that so many of the things that they think are covered are actually not.
Right.
Or the limits are ridiculously low. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Okay. But video walkthroughs are huge. You need proof.
And then I recently actually have a client in Irvine. Their house got broken. And then during the whole policy purchase conversation, the owner doesn't want to talk to us. The owner wants her daughter to talk to us. So we only talked to the daughter. The daughter was about 20 years old. Like she was like, we tried to call her 3 times, try to schedule a Zoom meeting or try to schedule a call for her 3 times. She declined 3 times. And she was like, just do the policy with the highest deductible, cheapest premium. Today, I have to get a loan. Otherwise, I don't even need the insurance. That's for conversation in writing. And then we active the policy, and then they got a stone. You look at me like, with that face, why is it your client? No, well, there's a really it's a really famous case back to the, like, I think in December, Christmas time. We have 4 people in Urban, like in the luxury community, that got broken. In this case, the client come back to challenge me. They are writing, now the owner want to talk to me. They're writing to me, show me the proof you ever discuss the personal property limit with my daughter. And then I sent them the full policy. I said, the full policy was actually mailed to you. After 7 days, we bind this policy. The full policy on which page is stated the special limit, because the special limit is only that much, right? She's like, no, show me the proof. You talk about this to me. Really harsh, show me the proof in writing. I was like, I don't, but I can send you the proof. I tried to talk to you 3 times, you declined. So it's up to you to review the full policy yourself. And I can show you the proof that we ever mailed to you. Then she stopped talking. Okay, I got myself out of trouble. If I don't go over the coverage as a customer, my team doesn't try to talk to the customer, it's our problem. But think about it. How many times you guys talk about the customer instead of me? A lot of times, Not just you guys, a lot of realtors nowadays try to communicate between the insurance agent and the clients. If today that was a client talk to you, make the decision, and they have a like break-in event, vandalism event, do you think they're gonna come back challenging me? No, they're challenging you because you made decision for them. You take care of the communication. You take my responsibility, right? So in this case, I highly encourage you guys, always connect the insurance agent with the customer. And we need to talk to them. We need to mention the important things. We need to protect you, also protect ourselves. When these things happen, it can happen. When these things happen, like I am out of trouble because I have a proof, but do you know these details if I don't talk to you today? You don't know. You're getting yourself in trouble, right? So, and then I always say I have a client, have a claim, I have a client, have a claim, because I did do a lot of claims. In 2021, my office has handled 364 claims for a whole year, which means we have claims every single year. But I'm just one insurance agency. There's so many insurance agents in California. How many claims we can have every single year? And then how like frequent the chance the customer can get in trouble getting claims. The insurance company keep on having insurance premium increase because they keep on paying. So always assume the client will have a claim. Don't assume that they never have a claim. So when you are recommending insurance agency to a customer, you have to understand, let them talk. You don't like take the responsibility from the insurance agent. And also, I have been seeing there are cases, some realtors have got a call from me and they got a call from another really cheap insurance company. And then they handed out 2 calls to the customer. Hey, this is a call and I got for you. Please make your selection. Do you think the client will choose the most expensive one? Right? And then one day when they got in claim, are they going to say, hey, it's not your problem. I choose the cheaper one. If they don't pay, I'm okay with that. No, they will say, I trust you. So I choose the one you give to me. It doesn't matter they're cheap or not. I trust you. So the insurance company, you have to have the client talk to both insurance agents, understand the difference between different policies to make his own decision. I always say this, cheap is an option, but that has to come from the client. That's not your option. Cheap is an option from the client, not from you. So in this case, you probably want to have the client talk to insurance agent, hey, at least talk to both agents to understand the difference and the service and the coverage, and then make your decision. If you said so, I think you're out of trouble because you did the right thing. Direct them back to the insurance agent. Okay. I see there's a question in the chat. How do buyers find out what is full replacement cost? Yes, if the insurance agent can be short and underinsured. Do current homeowners to update the replacement cost from time to time? That's a good question. Let's read this. Carrie.
Hey, can you read that? Read it out loud, loud and proud.
How do buyers find out what the full replacement cost is if insurance agents can be short and underinsured? Do current homeowners need to update replacement costs from time to time?
Let me answer the second question first. Do we need to update replacement cost from time to time? The answer is yes, read this term. You must have notified us within 60 days of the start of any physical change that causes or will increase the replacement cost of your dwelling by 5,000 or more. Means like whenever your house has some renovation changes that can increase your bill cost over 5,000, you have to insure the company within 60 days.
Especially JADUs, ADUs, extensions. to the
Exactly.
home.
Even though you just have remodel of your kitchen, you have to update. 60 days. Tell your customer this is really important. Always update the insurance company. And if you have noticed, every year when you renew a policy, insurance company actually automatically increase your replacement cost every year. That's because they try to come up with the inflation and everything, make sure your house is built up to a certain value. And also, as I mentioned, insurance company nowadays gave us an Excel sheet for zip codes, for what square footage. They have a cost per square footage requirement for us to fulfill. If you, Carrie, if you need that, if any of you need that information, you can come to me. Give me a zip code, we're gonna sort out for you. We're gonna tell you in this zip code, in this square footage, how much will be enough for your customer. Then you probably give your customer a good suggestion for their current coverage. Do I have any? Okay. 这咋关来着? Okay.
You can close it. There you go.
Okay. Okay, And then there's another two common claims during this event. The wind damaged the fence or the wind damaged the tree. If the fence fell down from the home and the fence is made by wood or vinyl, insurance company may not pay because there's a maintenance issue. However, if you can provide proof that your fence was installed recently, they will pay. We have a client, they installed a new vinyl fence back to June 2024, we paid. But if we have a client, their house was built in 1972 and the fence was fell down due to the wind. They don't have a proof they ever upgraded fence, we don't pay. Okay. And for the tree fell down, if tree fell down to damage your home, your own home, is your property coverage gonna cover that? But if damage your neighbor, as your liability in your homeowner insurance gonna cover that. But if you have California fire plan, you don't have liability coverage. So whenever your clients just purchase a California fire plan to pass a loan, they don't have liability coverage. And for California fire plan, read this. We have extended coverage. Extended coverage covers windstorm or hail, explosive riots, aircraft or vehicles, windstorm, let's see this, it's an optional coverage. If they have California fire plan, but they don't have this coverage, wind damage will not be covered. If the roof damaged by wind, if the tree fell down due to the wind, they will not cover. Okay, so if your client have a California fire plan, do they have this coverage? I don't know. And many times with the same California fire plan, different insurance agent can come up with different premiums. Many times it's just because there's coverage. They don't have this. That's why they're cheaper. Okay, I have a client in Bradbury. If they add this coverage, $2,000 more. If they don't have this coverage, $2,000 less. And then their house got damaged by wind. They don't have this coverage. And I have in writing, they want to remove that. That's why I'm out of trouble. But this is a claim that I've been through in 2021. The other Santa Ana wind. In this year, I don't know. Probably a lot of people, they don't have this coverage just to save a tiny premium. And they have nothing to cover for the wind damage. Many people think California fire plan only cover fire. But surprisingly, they cover wind too. Wind is not covered by the DSA policy. What's your question, Jeff?
For the fence, so you know how, for single family homes at least, they share one, right?
Mm.
So like what determines who claims who?
When they share one, it's usually when you say share one. Oh, I forgot to cover one thing. If that's, is made by brick or metal for the fence, the insurance company gonna cover if that fell down. Okay, and answer your question. If they share one, our insurance company gonna talk to the other insurance company. They are gonna half and half. They're going to.
9 out of 10 times. And guys, don't be startled by what Pepper just said, okay? A lot of times, older homes, wood fence, vinyl fence, the insurance company, 99 out of 100 times, they're not just gonna deny you over the phone. They'll most likely send out an adjuster. They'll take a look at the condition and decide.
Yeah. Pretty much when they see the fence is lack of maintenance, they
Yeah.
probably, that's the reason. Wear and tear, they will decline the claim. Okay, and this page is pretty much covered. Let's go to the next one.
Any questions so far? Guys, again, Pepper's covering a lot. Just want to make sure we get all your answers.
I have a question from a builder perspective. So let's say that, you said a coverage one that's dwelling cost. Does that mean that's the current home values, or we're talking about just the building costs to rebuild the home?
It's a building cost, only cover the material and the labor.
I see.
Yeah, they don't cover the market value. Because whenever his house is built in San Gabriel Valley or building Irvine, if they're same year built, same square footage, they should have the similar replacement cost. It's just the location make the house price difference. Insurance only cover materials and labor. Okay,
And that will fluctuate every year with the renewal, right?
yeah. And one simple funny question, yes, a lot of clients say that, hey, even though see this house, you cover me up to like this house.
800,000.
Yeah, 873,000. Can I buy 1 million for this house so I can have a more coverage? That is another term called overinsure. Insurance company doesn't like overinsure. Even though you paid for the premium for 1 million, but when I'm trying to rebuild a house, I think this house only worth that much. I'm gonna pay you only 873,000. You are not going to get a 1 million, even though you try to insure yourself for 1 million. So overinsure is not good too. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I think I covered this for in the previous training before, but I want to emphasize again. loss of history and a wildfire check. If you're taking a buyer to see any single houses, you're going to place an offer. Please come to us, give us the address. We're gonna run the 2 report for you. Loss history and a wildfire check. See this house, this house come to us after they got into escrow. And they have 7 losses in the past 5 years.
Jesus.
Do you think this client want to go like continue escrow? They feel like they're buying a house with a lot of hole on it. And also the buyer agent, they want to continue. This is the 4th time they place an offer and then finally they got accepted. But if they come to us in the first time, do they want to still, they probably can determine if they want to move forward with this house before they even sign an offer. Does it make sense? Nowadays, it is a loss history and a wildfire score. That's going to affect your insurance premium very much. But if you're clean on those 2 things, you're good to go. Don't worry about insurance. You will have a coverage for sure. Yes.
So the loss history, so is just anything that can claim on the insurance, right?
If,
Like plumbing or.
and then if they ever claim insurance, even though insurance didn't pay them, there will still be a record. Yeah.
Even inquiries, guys.
Yeah.
will Show up.
So this is the bad thing about homeowner insurance. If you submit a claim, even though insurance company didn't pay you, it will still be a record on the policy. Yeah, so that's why I always recommend you guys to go to a licensed contractor to get a like cost estimate before you submit a claim. If that's lower your deductible, don't even submit. But if just a couple $100 over your deductible, don't even submit. Because this record may cause our premium go up 1,000 next year.
Next 10 years.
Yeah, so always talk to
Right,
us
give us
before you
call.
submit a claim. But if you have a water flood your house, you call the insurance company right away, okay?
So what if my buyer buys the house and then it's all these records still gonna stick with the house, it goes with the house?
For 5 years.
For 5 years?
Yeah, but
This is again, guys, due diligence as a realtor, this is you again adding value, your UVP, right? Because this, by communicating with someone like Pepper's gonna run this report. If they find out there's 7 losses in the last 5 years, you know how hard it is, it's gonna be able to find a carrier that will actually insure this darn property. So again, understanding realistic expectations and timeline is huge here. Okay, you wanna have this conversation sooner than later.
yeah,
not
even
the day before it closes escrow.
even though you got into the escrow, the seller still liable to disclose that to you, but it's too late. You're already in escrow, right? You can avoid this trouble before you even go to the escrow. And also, what if the client got into escrow, they have a big claim, about 200,000 claim for the water leak or something. They still love the house, is you still want this escrow to move forward. What would you do?
Call Pepper.
Right answer. Like I have faced this problem before. The house has a like pipe fix for about 250,000. And the client feel uncomfortable to move forward, but the realtor really want to move forward. I will talk to the buyer. I'll tell them, if today the house has no claim, you'll walk in the house and the claim happen. It is you to pay for the $250,000. And then you still have to pay a higher amount for buy this house. But right now, you're buying this house with this claim with a little bit cheaper price, and you got a free upgrade for the plumbing system. 250,000 for fix the plumbing system. That's an upgrade. That's not just a fix. That's a big major project. So, and whenever the insurance company, they're close a deal, they're close a claim, they're actually going to inspect the house. They're going to see your permit. They're going to have your licensed contractors contact, have their work complete order. Whenever the house has problem, they're going to go after the contractor, have them do it again. So whenever insurance company that close the deal means like they really investigated, the house is safe now. So you just use a cheaper price to buy this house with a free upgrade. And the insurance premium is going to affect you for only 5 years. Why not? Right? So we have another way, different sales flow, different strategy to help you move through the escrow. Depends on the situation, depends on what you want. But if you have a client, go to their insurance agent. Do you think they're going to cover this for you? The insurance agent probably tell them, we just cancel this house and means nothing. Yeah, I cannot get insurance for you. Their insurance agent may only stand on their back, but I am here to support you guys. So I want you guys to get what you want. So we have different sales flow to help you and your customer move through the escrow. Does it make sense?
Can I steal the mic again really quick? Can all of you guys turn around and look at me really quick? All the realtors, look at me really quick. Here we go. How many of y'all want to have that conversation with your client? Don't lie. would you do it better, or would you call Pepper and have Pepper represent you and speak on your behalf? Yes, don't lie to yourself. This is why you want to work with someone like Pepper, who actually has your best interest in mind. Guys, again, how often do we talk about as a realtor, stop thinking you're alone on an island. You have an incredible support team, okay? Get involved, have these conversations early, know who your greatest affiliate resources are, get them involved with your transaction. They're gonna make you shine. They're
Yeah.
gonna make you sound super professional. You don't wanna carry that conversation. Let Pepper do her job.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel just added a lot more spice on my conversation. Thank you so much. And
Plus spice? Jeez.
That's a win. Bye, Spice.
yeah, I just feel like a lot of times I'm telling my partners, like, we're not just insurance agents. We call ourselves consultants because we provide advice, not just to our field. We help each other to grow, right? I guarantee you, if you go reach out any insurance agent, they won't give you the support and the sales flow. I have this because I know this industry very well. And then most of my clients are real estate agents. To me, you're my client. My client is not my client, you're my client. I'm not here to get every single deal from you, but I'm here to work with you for every single deal. It doesn't matter if a client chooses us or not. I want to do it the safest way. I want to support you for long term, not just for every single deal. Okay, so many times people ask me, hey, I feel sorry that I have you guys call a lot, but I didn't really purchase from you. So I probably just have client looking for insurance agent themselves. Don't do that. My time is my cost, and I'm okay to call, we're okay to service, we're okay to have not binding a policy, but I want every single policy you work with us is safe, is in the right way, can add your value, okay? Okay, last is some updates for the whole insurance industry. We have a really good landlord policy return, as I just mentioned this morning in my WeChat moments. We have Foremost coming back on March. They're a really good rental insurance company. If your client have an investment, come to us on March. We should give you a better price, better deal, better coverage in Riverside County and Orange County. This morning, we did a call for a Riverside property. We did a call for 5 companies. 3 of them declined. 1 of them rate this property $3,000. This company only rate them about $1,950. I don't like cheap premium, but this company, we have been through a lot of claims with them. They're really good. They cover vacant property, fix and flip. They cover short-term rental, long-term rental. They're really good company. And condo and tenant insurance come back. Last year, a lot of condo insurance, they left California for large brands. This year they come back, and tenants insurance, we have more options for you. Progressive insurance return. This is a really good insurance company for auto insurance. If you have any client, they landed in the United States, but they don't have a US driver's license, this is a good insurance company to recommend to them. They come back to test the market. There's only 5 insurance agents in California can sell them right now. We're one of them. And then a lot of people come to me, want to get an estimated quote before they place an offer. As I mentioned, before you place an offer, the best thing is to get the loss report and the wildfire score. If those 2 reports clean, you can tell the client, don't worry about insurance. Let's worry about other things right now. Don't give them a quote before you even submit an offer, because the insurance doesn't have an estimated quote. If I want to give you an estimate quote for 3,000 square footage house, I will say premium will be about 3,000 to 6,000. That's a wide range because I don't know. We have to have a lot of information to quote. And if I give them a quote, I don't want to give them a quote really cheap, because when they get into escrow, they realize the insurance premium is much higher before the one compared to the one I give to them. They're gonna be pissed off. They feel like you try to push me into escrow to give me a cheaper amount. But if I give them a really high premium before they even go into escrow, they can be scared by the premium, right? People's mindset can be different before and after escrow. If you have your buyer, you push them into escrow and then talk about the insurance premium. A lot of times they're more like they have a higher range of tolerance to the insurance premium. But don't give them an answer before you even place an offer. You're setting a trap for yourself. And if today any insurance agent can give you a call before you place an offer, I guarantee you that's California Fair Plan, because only California Fair Plan can put an address to get an estimate number. But that's the worst insurance. That's the cheapest insurance. Do you want your client go through California Fair Plan? The answer is no, right? So I know this is a really common question that a client may have before they even place an offer, but you may have to use your skills to bypass this question. Tell them, hey, I ran a report for you. It's all clean. So don't worry about insurance premium. Let's worry about other things, maybe loans, inspections, blah, blah, blah. Don't have them worry about insurance premium before they even got into escrow, okay? Next, do not early funding, or even do not even late funding right now. A lot of times when the loan changes, they change the close date of the escrow and they come back to change insurance premium. Whenever we change the insurance, effective date, policy guideline can be changed anytime. Premium can be changed anytime. Like we have a client in St. Louis before 1/1/2025, they can buy a full coverage insurance with Farmers for $4,000 premium. After 1/1/2025, it's $8,000 for this home, double the premium. But the client insists to change the effective date. Whenever we change the effective date, we have cancel and the rewrite. Whenever we cancel and rewrite, the new guideline applies. We don't know the guideline, how will the guideline affect each area, but whenever we cancel rewrite, the new rules applies. Especially right now, even though escrow date may change, don't do it. Because there's a lot of suspension in California right now. I don't know if I cancel this policy, if I can still write it when the wildfire is still going on. So never change the date. That's why whenever you have something settled with us, when we send an email to escrow to the lender, we always tell them, double confirm, triple confirm the effective date. You have lenders, escrow, and then realtors. You three have to determine the effective date and then tell us, because we don't have escrow package. We don't know the status of loan. We only can be told what's the effective date of the policy. You guys have to tell me. But we always require you guys to double, triple confirm. And we'll always emphasize in the email, the effective date cannot be changed. So if I say this to the lender, say this to the escrow, if they got pissed off, please do me a favor, explain this to them. And the homeowner insurance contingency. May I ask any of you, have you ever encountered homeowner insurance contingency right now during your escrow? Okay. No?
Yeah.
Okay, then I have this, work with some cases have this problem. Everyone has worry about homeowner insurance contingency. When I was doing work with another RE/MAX office, they told me 17 days was default setting for homeowner insurance contingency. The listing agent should not remove that. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's the information I got from non-broker. However, what I'm facing right now, the listing agent cross out this contingency if they receive an offer. If you're place offer in a hot home, you probably don't want to do that, right? You don't want to add another problem, make a listing agent not want to take your offer, right? However, buyer agent can still use this as your weapon. What would you do? When you are doing a buyer presentation with your customer, show them the homeowner insurance contingency. Let them know this is a new rule starting August 2024. In the past so many 100 years in California, do we ever have this contingency? No, but why we're having this? Why the Department of Real Estate have this contingency set up in our form default setting? The reason is homeowner insurance is become a problem in the whole California. It's a systematic problem. Do you ever encounter a problem the client feel like, hey, I cannot buy insurance for this house, so is there something wrong with the house? Do you have this question from a client? What? I have a client challenge the realtor saying that, hey, most of the insurance company don't accept this home. I feel like something wrong with the home, so I want to cancel my escrow. Yeah, it happens a lot. But at this time, because you have homeowner insurance contingency as your weapon, tell the customer, it's not just because this one single home, it's because the whole California is in this problem. You have to be prepared. Insurance premium is not the same as 3 years before. You have to understand, if there's a hard time to obtain insurance, that's normal. So you give them a heads up, you set them expectation to understand they have to go through a hardship because this contingency is rated in the form starting last year. And if they tell you, hey, I don't have this problem back to 2021 when I purchased my first home, tell them this form was like issued last year, August 2024, which means it's a new problem to the whole California residents. The only way you can avoid this problem is move out of California, okay? And if you're a listing agent, and you're facing a problem or better worried about homeowner insurance, or they cancel in the last minute of the homeowner insurance, or they come back to negotiate the price again because the homeowner insurance premium goes up too much. Okay, you can add a term when you're negotiate with the buyer agent. Buyer has to provide a bindable quote within 5 days after open escrow. Otherwise, start a California Fair Plan application. So as a listing agent, you add this term to your buyer agent. If they sign it, they have to give you a bindable quote within 5 days. Then you're avoiding this homeowner insurance problem to be a problem of your deal. Okay? Yeah, and then California Fair Plan will always accept policies in California. So they can always have an option with California Fair Plan. If you don't get a call within 5 days, you start California Fair Plan. Then you cannot come to me saying that you are unable to buy insurance. Does that make sense? Yes?
Can you repeat that again? That blurb.
Okay, test. Can you, any of you repeat that for me? Okay, go ahead.
In the counter offer or something, you can write something like, buyer is to purchase, or get an insurance quote within 5 days, or start an application for the, California Fair Plan.
Yes, exactly.
Immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then for the quotes, you have to add a bindable quote. Bindable means like
Bindable quote.
you can effective right away. Because many times people can get your quote, but they never be able to bind. That can happen.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Pepper, can I ask you a question?
Mm.
Pepper?
so I mean, we've been here long enough. I mean, if we go to Roland Heights in the flats, I know that house is not gonna have a problem finding the insurance. Then, like, do I really have to do that? Like, isn't it?
I think depends on you, and sometimes we don't know the rule change for insurance area. Do you know how many homes got non-renewed by Mercury in Roland Heights last year? I got a lot of home from Mercury in Roland Heights because Roland Heights have so many vandalism claim. People car vandalism claim. A lot of insurance company don't want to insure.
And Pepper, going back to his question, again, this goes far beyond wildfire and such. It's really, again, when you run the history of that property, you'll be blown away. All of a sudden, Pepper runs the history on that property. 7 claims in 5 years.
absolutely.
Yo, that's very hard to write a bindable quote.
No, so what I'm trying to say is, if I have a buyer, right, and then I'm getting an escrow, I'll contact you first to run that. But if the seller is my client, the seller will tell me, oh, you have 7 claims? Then I would probably put what you, said on there, right?
Mm.
Because if I okay, so when I take a listing, should we give you the address
Yeah.
to run?
We can also run the report for you. And sometimes when the seller said this a claim, they don't know exact the day and the time. Sometimes a claim maybe already off the record. Or sometimes, they think they paid by insurance, but they didn't. We never know. It happens sometimes when people say they have a claim, but I don't see it in my record. Yeah.
Pepper, can we talk about realistic time frame in terms of CFP? What does that timeline look like in terms of getting a quote back from them and getting it bindable?
Yeah, right now for California Fair Plan, if we're in a non-wildfire area, it's 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah, but for the Arcadia, Altadena, all those area, take to up to 7 to 10 business days.
You guys hear that?
Yes.
7 to 10 days, y'all.
It's actually faster before, but right now, before it was like 10 to 15 business days. And because California Fair Plan, we all need a hand taken photo within 5 days before you submit the application. It cannot be something from the online. So whenever your clients place an offer, they really like the house, take a photo when you're showing the house. Just take you a few seconds to take a photo. If you got into escrow, you got into insurance, you try to get a quote, try to approve, you need to drive there again and take a photo. It takes you so much time.
What kind of photo, Pepper?
We'll show you a photo from the front side of the house and then with the street number showing there. You have to show the street number and the whole front side of the house. Just one
Zoom in
photo.
on the door, guys.
Or Google.
No, you have to see the whole picture of the house.
The entire profile.
Okay, and the DSC, we all know California Fair Plan may be an option for many homes right now. And then if they only cover fire, wind, vandalism and lightning. But there's a water theft liability is not covered by the California Fair Plan. So they have to purchase a separate different in condition policy, which is DSC policy, to make a policy as a full package. And many times clients don't purchase that because the loan only need a California Fair Plan to move the road. If a lot of loan company, they don't need a DSC, but I will always recommend a client to buy one. If it's up to the client to decline, but we have to offer.
How much are DIC quotes normally?
How to say, you're the expert, should know.
Let's do it. No, I gotta be honest with you. I'm very foreign to this. How many of y'all knew about DIC?
What is DIC?
Different, it is different in condition, which means, yeah,
Policy.
it covers what is California Fair Plan don't cover. California Fair Plan plus a DSC make it a full policy, like a standard homeowner insurance cover. But if your client is going through East West Bank, US Bank, CTBC, they don't take California Fair Plan. You have to have DSC in order for their loan underwriter to approve. And the cost of insurance can be double because you add on DNC policy. So many times the client, they are evaluated California Fair Plan. And then the loan bank was like, they think their cost of like CFP enough. However, the loan bank may come back to ask you, hey, buy a DSC, otherwise I don't approve you. Yeah, all those three, East West Bank, US Bank, and then CTBC. We have US Bank, right? They have a DSC problem. So this is important to understand every loan company's requirement and always never underestimate insurance cost to your customer. People have to understand. A lot of people ask me, hey, can I buy insurance from this property for that property? My answer is always yes. There's not a property we cannot insure nowadays. It's just we cannot give them a price same as 3 years before. 3 years ago, they have to understand the price is different. Yeah. And then let me see if any questions here. Okay, pretty much I covered all I need to cover today. We're here for you before, during, or even after as we're closing. And the immediate response, provide comprehensive family protections. We're looking for a long-term relationship with you guys. Okay, thank you.
Okay, real quick, guys, again, any questions, Zoom audience, any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, ask away, ask away.
Did you answer Joanna's question?
No, not yet.
Oh, Joanna had a question, and read it out loud.
Are you able to see the details of the prior losses or only the amount paid?
We can see the reason of the loss, but we cannot see which part. Like, for example, if the water loss, we can see that's a water loss, but I don't know which part of the plumbing has a problem.
Yeah, meaning, and what she means by that is, again, if it's a fire loss, it'll clearly state it's a fire loss. If it's water loss, it'll clearly state a water loss, but she won't know the details of it.
Okay,
In terms of how many rooms affected, what the source was, stuff like that.
If I file a claim, but I got declined or rejected, will you still be able to see that, and would that impact the
Yeah.
premium?
even though there's a bad thing about homeowner insurance, whenever you submit a claim, even though insurance company don't pay, you will still have a record. And they can still increase your premium next
For
year,
how long?
5 years.
5 years.
And the prior owner's loss will count into the new owners. As long as this loss has happened to this home, every owner will have to fix the premium difference. Yeah. Okay,
Questions, audience? Anything for Pepper? She's pretty darn good at what she does.
What are the three banks? US, East West, and
US Bank and CTBC. They're the three loan banks I think take large loans, like jumbo loans. And especially, and also for, how can I say it? For international buyers, especially for people from Taiwan. Because they take, I think East West Bank, they take a life insurance policy value of their reserve. And a lot of Taiwanese, they have life insurance. That's why they're a perfect fit for East West Bank's program. But if they go through East West Bank, they have California Fair Plan, DSC is required. Yeah, but many times we can insure property without California Plus at DSC. We can insure them as a whole. But right now, I have to be honest, California Fair Plan Plus at DSC can be cheaper. Many times clients just want to go there because it's cheaper. And then I have been emphasized a lot, like I don't want to insure a realtor to learn the coverage of insurance because it's not your job, not your responsibility. But why I keep on go over those details today, because I want you guys to understand the difference of insurance companies. So you don't make the wrong judgment or wrong recommendation for your customer. You understand the details, so you make your own suggestion make your right suggestion to the customer. Don't ever take over the responsibility from the insurance agent. Don't make decision for a client to go with a cheaper premium. Yesterday, I have a client purchase a Rancho Cucamonga house. The realtor told me, hey, just get a California Fair Plan. I was like, okay, we'll also call DSA. Don't call that. Don't scare the customer. Go with California Fair Plan only. I was like, okay, if you said so, and we go California Fair Plan. And then they sent to the loan bank. The loan bank is East West Bank. I was like, sorry, dude, you have to get a California Fair Plan plus DSC. The client is so pissed off. You told me it's only $2,000. How come I need to pay $3,000 right now? That's a really bad example for realtors, like we're too much for the customer. Yeah. And I think you guys have a lot of way to show your value to customer. Don't just use a cheaper insurance as a value for you to your customer. Okay. I think
Any other questions, guys? Oh, please.
By the way, allergies to US, Richard here. We're the one building people's houses. Quick question regarding the people that's a victim or in that area of suffering. Let's say if somebody said, hey, my house is burning down right now. I wanted to at least plan. For example, they wanted to contact, us, design builds to say that, hey, I want to see whatever's before. Will they, if they keep a record, say, hey, let's say we review your plan, we're doing something submission right now ahead of time before you start your rebuilding process, everything. Will that counting towards to, like, can they write that off as a part of the dwelling things earlier for the insurance, or we have to wait for the insurance? Like,
you know what's funny
Yeah.
is it depends on different insurance company. For farmers, we even put contractors, how can I say, margin into the dwelling. That's in our quote. Our quote process says very clear in this dwelling, the breakdown is replacement cost, labor and material, contractors margin, which is your revenue, permit fees, and a drafted fees, design fee, everything. Soft cost, hard cost is all in there.
I see. So the client, in most cases, could, like, say right now, just say, hey, let's contact somebody, help us to at least to identify what kind of a plan we can do at their lots.
I will say the client contact you guys right now to get a consultation, but if the client get paid, they have to pay out of pocket right now,
Yeah,
right?
it's reimbursement basis study.
Hard to say.
Will be reimbursed?
100% reimbursement.
Okay.
basis. And
Hard to
not all
say.
insurance companies.
Not all the insurance company, they may reimburse you, but up to a certain amount. What if the insurance company feel like, hey, you're not building amount like compared to what you have before. You're not building the house to the exactly old version. I'm not gonna pay you that much.
Right.
It can
Yeah,
happen.
this is not your chance, guys, to remodel. And go from a 2,000 square feet home to a 4,000 and expect, no, guys, please be realistic and have the right conversation.
Yeah. The right procedure is like right now, I will always recommend a client to start with a general contractor or restoration company. Consult with them if you like their service, and we submit claim same time. Once you guys have a plan, submit to the insurance company. Once they approve the plan, they're gonna pay you partial to build up from the ground. If you finish the foundation, they're gonna give you another partial to build up the like whatever on the top. And if you have a loan bank, the money will go to a mortgage company first. They won't go to the client.
Right.
Mortgage will make sure this construction company build up everything before they give you the money. So if we have a loan, yeah, we have a loan, mortgage take control of the check.
Well, we have confidence. That's not an issue for us. We just wanted to, the question, I guess, for me, which you confirmed, is that we're definitely available. We can also market it such a way to just say, hey, because for free consultation, we can even do a free drawing, permitting, all the other stuff later on. Probably that's going to be at cost to the insurance company. Depends on what the insurance.
Usually when you contact the claim adjuster, they're gonna pull off the record. We all have a replacement cost estimator in our system when we're first insure this house. They're gonna pull that record, give you that detail. You have to plan based on that detail.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
That's very.
Since we have all of your attention, really quick, guys, Jackie over here actually reached out to me and we had a conversation about just some of the programs and what's out there. Guys, this is again an added layer of the type of conversations you guys ought to be having with your clients and your prospects. This goes back to forbearance. There's a lot of people, homeowners right now, that are stressing out about their mortgage payments. I spoke to 2 institutional banks yesterday, Chase and Citi. Chase's forbearance program is actually live and up and running as we speak. Okay, you can qualify for a minimum of 3 months, as high as up to 12 months long.
Oh, that's
As
good.
of right now, this moment. So again, Chase, log into their website, you'll be able to find the 24-hour customer hotline. If you're a homeowner, you bank with Chase, go and have that conversation. Okay, Citibank and other institutional banks, they're still in conversations of building out their forbearance program. They say it's most likely going to take place beginning of February. Okay, so again, these are just the type of conversations you can start having with your clients and your prospects. All right. Reach out to your staging company, local staging companies as well. I spoke to a staging company earlier today. They actually want to be a part of the solution as well for your clients. If your clients are displaced and they need more furnitures, they can contact the staging company, and the staging company will actually rent them furniture for free up to 30 to 60 days. Pretty damn cool. Y'all need to do your jobs.
Reach out to your affiliates, reach out to the incredible resources that are available to you, so you can bring crazy value to your clients,
Mm,
okay?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, everyone try to market themselves right now.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a sense of unity right now, which is really cool,
Yeah.
Unita, you got something?
Oh, no, I just want to
Oh,
say
she's on
thank you.
mute.
Great information, Pepper. And if like Pepper's
No.
saying, like, same
Now
thing with
turn
the
on the
home
volume
warranty.
to the laptop.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying great information, Pepper. Like if you guys refer somebody, always reach out to that person directly with the rep, just like Pepper. When I have somebody asking, I just go ahead and directly go to her. So you don't have to worry about getting a quote and doing all the other work. Same thing when you guys like referring home warranty, right? Just send it over to the rep and then hopefully we could be able to help you guys as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So if we're all done here, should we? Zoom 你们来关吗？还是
Yeah, just thank everyone on Zoom.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey Pepper, I have a question before we leave.
Just so you guys know how real the wildfires are, as of this morning, another wildfire started in Valencia,
Yeah,
and it's already burned over 5,000 acres. So guys, have these conversations. If you have clients or friends in and around the Valencia area, feel free to reach out to them, okay?
okay.
Stay community good. There it is.
他是有问题吗
Guys, take this opportunity, connect with all the amazing people who are here. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Harry, did you say you have a question?
Yeah, I had a question. If we're
Yes,
still
go
going.
ahead.
I just wanted to confirm if I heard correctly. So premiums can only be increased the next renewal, right? And it can only be increased by 6.9%.
No, not really. For the 6.9%, it's just for new business. For renewal, it can up to about like 100 to 100%.
Okay, so if someone's affected by the fire, their house is still up, but they have smoke, is it better for them to just get a quote for the smoke and check with the premium versus filing a claim and then having it increase?
That's a good question. But what I always recommend the client to file the claim whenever need to. That's the purpose for buying the insurance. Where none of us will know how much the premium gonna increase next year. If they have a fire damage, they need to get an estimate. If that's over their deductible a lot, they have to file the claim. That's the best interest for the customer.
That's why you bought the policy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Don't ever try to estimate the insurance premium increase to determine if you need to file the claim. Because of the insurance premium will never increase to a level that how much we take out of pocket for fix something. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
What's
thank
the
you.
question? No problem. Then I'm going to close the Zoom. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
This one.
Awesome.
My car.